Hello everyone, I'm Gizmo161286 and welcome to my 11th video. So today we got two replays coming up on Mali. I was looking to do something to do with the on track, seeing as the Progetto is on track from today. I did actually have a nice game in the Pantera, which as soon as I saw that the on track was coming out, I was scrambling around extremely fast. Trying to find that replay and realise that I don't have it. So it's kind of back to my original thought on the video I was going to release today, which is this one, talking about Malinovka. And kind of, I wouldn't say strategies as such on how to play this map, but just kind of two replays that sort of coincide with each other in some respects, on how really I think it probably is the hill is probably the most important part on this map, and how if you have the hill, how you kind of in some respects have that control of how the game is going to be won or lost really. So yeah, kind of two different things just highlighting the same sort of thing really. So I'm in the 705. I have come south, which I very rarely do, but the main reason being is I kind of suck in heavy armored tanks like this. There's just not really my playstyle to play these type of tanks. I think the only heavy that I've even got in my garage is the E5, which isn't an out and out heavy like this is. Excuse me. So the last thing I wanted to do with artillery is to kind of go up on that hill, even though it's kind of contradicting what I've just said about the map, because I just seem to get really bad luck on it. So I have pushed south just because on this ice variant the teams just seem to gravitate south. So that's kind of why just straight away in my head I'm just going to go south this game. Let's just see what happens. I do kind of make a little bit of a tactical change in what I'm doing when I see kind of how the game is panning out. So I'll explain to you that. But right now, again, I'm not great in these tanks, so side scraping is not something I'm very good at. I'll have to get some tips off Mr. Side Scrape on how exactly to go about doing that. So we come up against this 46 pattern. I don't know, he was platooned up with another 46 pattern which has already got taken out by Artie, and I've got no idea if the fact that his platoon mate has died, he's just quit by the looks of it, because he wasn't moving or anything at all there. So as you can see, our team have won this little south bit, and this is where I have a problem with people kind of going south, and you're going to kind of see why now. So we've won this south bit. We naturally, when you've won a side, you want to keep pushing and pushing, but once you've won that bit there, it's making you to be in a really, or putting you I should say really, into a really bad tactical disadvantage, because you can see on the minimap their team have the hill, and all they have to do is come down to buy that little abbey bit, and as soon as you're pushing up you are going to get absolutely wrecked. And looking at the tanks I had with me, other than the Jag E100, my team are like, we're going to push this, we're going to get to their base now. And I'm like, nope, I don't want to do that. Even though we are one tank ahead, and we do kind of stay, I think, about one tank ahead for most of this match, but I'm just like, nope, I've had it too many times of whereby we've won the hill. If I've been on the Reds, for instance, in the position that they're in, tanks have pushed up and they've just got absolutely wrecked. If you are going to do that tactic, I find you need to make sure you're in really fast mediums to be able to get across that field, because you're going to see what's going to happen to the Greens. We do get into their base and do get quite close to capping them out at one point, but they just get absolutely annihilated. So my thought is I want to come back through a safe way, spot the T49 there who's coming in for Artie, And again, the last thing I want is for us on this map now to lose artillery. We all hate arty, but why would I want to lose friendly artillery? Because that's going to win us the game. And this kind of map and how it sort of goes on. So that's my aim at the minute, is come back, try and get into a bit of safety behind the houses, take out this light tank who's trying to rush on our artillery, just so we can save it. We do manage to do it, although we lost one of our arties, but we managed to keep the one. So now that I've come back this way, my initial thought is that the Reds are going to push down onto our base. Didn't happen. They pretty much stayed up on the hill. Their light tank starts to come down, and basically just absolutely starts wrecking our tanks that have gone into their cap. And you can see they've got TDs now coming back as well as the light tank. So this is where it starts to get. This is why I don't go, from that initial winning that one flank and then going up and pushing. It just leaves you far too vulnerable for the people who have the high ground. So, excuse me. So my thought now is to kind of counteract what their team are doing and coming down, is to push along here now and get up to that normal sort of early to mid game spotting area if you're in a medium tank. The YAG E100 does manage to take out the light tank eventually, but I think not until after he's taken out two of our tanks. Obviously they've reset the base and they've got a Death Star, they've got the arty up there, so they're just going to have free range shots down to anyone in that area. Never actually done this in a heavy tank, especially a tank like this, so probably not the best idea, but it's kind of, with so many tank destroyers that we had on our team, what was it, 2 heavies the whole game I think, and the rest were pretty much tank destroyers, a couple mediums, a couple lights, so whatever that was there was a bit odd to say the least. So the YAG is also pushing up. Obviously I'm a bit wary, got spotted as soon as I did poke for artillery, because I know artillery will probably have shots coming down onto here as well. And we do see a Death Star up there. And I'm kind of at the point now where I'm thinking I just need to kind of go for this now, because I know there's the grill there as well. Our TDs are pushing on that Death Star, so I don't have to worry too much about that. My only concern is not getting hit by arty, so I kind of want to get into some form of dead ground cover. So this is where the grill was sat sniping down from the Abbey, which is probably something I would have done as well. We do load the HE, doesn't pen, but we do manage to damage his gun, so now we know we've kind of got a bit of an upper hand on him. Either he's spent his repair kit or he's now got 60 seconds. So the medium now is coming back down to help out because he had gone back up. Yeah, and we get a nice shot coming into him there on his way down. Excuse me again, sorry, I've had a bit of a cold recently, so a bit of annoying I suppose. And this SDRV, I've honestly got no idea what he is doing. So our TDs have now won this up a bit, and it is kind of just a bit of a mop up now of whereby, yeah, I don't know what this STRV is doing. The grill probably could have come out and poked on me now, but for whatever reason he doesn't. Getting quite lucky. T30 takes him out. Now the grill does, and managed to bounce a shot there. And it's just a bit of a mop up. So they did have the tactical advantage there of the hill, but I think the fact that only me and the YAG didn't go along, had we both gone up there and pushed with the other ones up to their flag, I think they probably would have won it, in all honesty. So that's why I tend not to play on that side or go down that side, and I'll always try and go up the hill because that gives you the better tactical advantage, I find. But we do come up with MVP, 4 kills as well, which is nice. For a tank that I'm not very good in, I was quite pleased with that in all honesty, because I tend to just get wrecked in it far too easily. So yeah, and now we'll go on to the next game, showcasing the other side. Okay, so in this next one, obviously Mali again, hence the Mali video. And this time we're platooned up with Ivo. This is actually on a Filth tonight. And this time I'm in a FE4202 medium. Ivo is in his Progetto. And first initial thought again is, I'm going to hit the hill. So that's what we look to go and do. Great tank for this type of map as well. If you can get this tank hull down with everything as well, you're gonna very good chance for bouncing shots for days in this one as well. So getting up the hill in this type of tank is, in my eyes, a bit of a must. I don't want to be going south, and actually this is one time where the green, none of the greens actually really go south. The two light tanks sort of do the normal light tank thing. Do get spotted coming up, so you do have to be careful coming up here that you sort of move over to the left, just so you don't get shot at. If you do, you're going to get if you don't do that, sorry, you will get shots coming in over you, especially if you're a heavier, slower tank. We do auto lock. I'm sorry, Patty, this was before I decided to try and make a change in my ways to just RBRT in. But you're probably not going to watch this video anyway, to be fair, so you're not going to have a chance to moan. But yeah, I will make a conscious effort to just try and stop that from now on. So we got the T100, and I think it's a Leopard, sort of going about, a bit ballsy really. And the fact that this tank has the speed to get up as quick as it did to this position, again, it's going to give you a really nice tactical advantage. Any slower tanks don't quite get a shot on that E5. It's just out of the way, and I thought I don't really want to waste the round trying to hit his cupola, because that's a very trolly area to try and pen anyway. The 120, again, they have sent some tanks up here. It's kind of stalled though, so getting a bit risky doing what I am doing here, and I got no idea what this 120 is doing. Just yeah, charging out in the open. So we'll take some free shots on him all day. And at this point, me and Phil are kind of talking to each other, saying, no one's really come up the hill now. Our team have got the hill. So the Reds must have generally pushed on the bottom line. So this is kind of what you're going to see now, from if you're going to push on the bottom line, how it kind of just, it does more leave you at a disadvantage. So we want to try and get rid of the people that are out in the middle, which we do get. One of the, I think it was the light tank, the T100 gets taken out. Again, poking over this ridge a bit too far really. You don't really want to do that, in all honesty, but I did feel comfortable enough that they've all gone south, so starting to fall back now. And this is where having this Abbey, it gives you that advantage for the cover. So they do have one arty, but the arty never once fires up for some reason. So my initial thought is I want to get to the mound just down in front of me, but I stop, I see the 777-2, and I see the 120, and now I'm getting spotted, which dithering around here does kind of cost me, because I get, there you go, there's one shot that does miss. I think there's a good chance of it being an E4 or something, sorry, excuse me, something that definitely hits hard. So I do take one shot, and now it's just, okay, I'm going to hide back behind here and just try and spot these guys up now. Notice that one is an FE 4005, so we got the Hesh loaded for him. I do aim petty for this one, and his turret as well, not the hull. So there's that bit there to take from that. So Mr. Old Hesh Barn gets taken down quite quickly. And as you can see, our team have just, where they positioned, we got two people sort of up on the hill, and now the other people have come down here. There's a nice you know, a lot of mounds and sort of hold down areas for you to get in, which is the best thing to do really. So we're going to come over here now. See the 120. He's got his backside to us, so we're going to pop one in him. Back to the APCR now, and now he's going to be getting pincered. So Ivo's coming over the top there, trying to spot out. Sets him on fire, doesn't kill him because he does have a repair kit, and I make a silly little poke out there. If I had stayed in a better position in the hold down, then that wouldn't have happened like I am going to now. And so even though they took that south line, and they've just stalled now, because this side from having the hill is in a much better position to get these shots across now. There's a Quillen, managed to perma-track him and just keep firing. He's taken down very nicely. There's an E4 there and the Valor, and that's all that's left now, because we had that advantage from being up the hill. They continue to push on the south there. There's not a lot of cover. Once you've come up over that initial ridge, you've really got to push quickly to kind of get to that other side of the mount that I'm on now. And that's such a large area to cover. It's just not, I just don't think it's worth it. I've seen too many teams try it and fail, and I think this was kind of a good match to kind of highlight that as well. So again, we come out with MVP on that one. And this was actually a game where I'd just one marked the FE422, so I was pretty happy. I still don't think I've mastered this tank. Really hard tank to master. I mean, I'm not the best player, so pumping out high numbers, it's not really something I'm capable of. But yeah, hopefully, sort of seeing the two contrasts in how this map plays. Hopefully, it kind of give you a bit more of a different way, I guess, on how to play it. If you are someone who, being in a particular tank, doesn't quite know how to, or best places to go. I know Derren does a lot of good map awareness videos, and I'm sure he'll have a Malinovka one in there somewhere. I would say that these sort of tactics are mainly for the ice one. Who knows when we're going to get the summer variant back for Mali? That could be a long time coming. So, in the summer one where you've got the lake, you can't obviously go crossing over as easy as you can on the south. So this is definitely one for the ice Mali. Hope you guys guys and gals have all enjoyed the video. Look to hearing from you all in the comments. Gizmo out.